So why do you always unplug this computer?
I'm trying to.
Just plug it up. What's up, y'all? It's Chris Weathers, aka Shorty C94. What's up, Be Normal? What's up, Dre? About to send you the. What is going on, sir?
What's up, my man? What's up with you?
Chill, man. Just try to get like you, man.
Nah, man. You the one got the heat over there. I'm trying to get like you, boss.
Nah, man. You got all the heat, man. But thank you for being here today.
No problem, man. Thank you, brother. I feel honored. I feel honored you be on your show. Appreciate it. Appreciate the
Man.
love, man.
No problem, man. Well, I apologize for one. I didn't get to send you the itinerary of how the show breaks down, but we can go over that now.
Okay.
So basically, the show works. It's like a basketball game where we have the pregame where we do introductions, and then the first quarter is sneaker beginnings. Second quarter is more recent sneaker past. Third quarter is sneaker present. Fourth quarter is sneaker future.
Okay.
So yeah. So before we get started, though, we're in the pregame. To let everybody know who you are, who may not know.
Okay.
Where you from?
All right. Well, the real name's Dre. You know what I'm saying? Also known on Instagram as a Dre the Party Animal. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna say I've been doing sneakers way back. Like, some people always say they've been doing it since 1985, 1989. I'm not gonna say that, but I mean, basically, you know what I'm saying? I've had love sneakers when I was a kid, though. Before my mom could buy me. She always bought me Jordans. That's why I say I love Jordans. There was not one time she didn't buy me the latest pair of Jordans. And then when I got my first job, it was a mom and pop shop right not too far from my high school. I used to go there all the time. Back in the days, you already know. Back in the days, Jordans used to just sit.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody got to remember something too. They came out two at a time. There wasn't no one here, then months later, here come another one. They both came at the same time.
Black and white. Yep.
Exactly. So basically, like, I would work my little pizza. I had a little job pizza. I worked that. I would go get one, and then I get my next check, go back up there and get that one. I had to work, you know what I'm saying? I ain't made that much money back then, so.
I feel it. Well, before we get into everything, let me ask you, what's been the most positive thing you've been able to take from the world since the pandemic started?
I'm gonna give a few shout outs. I see a few of my homies on there. What's up, CJ? What's up, True Sneakerhead? My man Dirk. See some other folks on here. I'll get to them later on. I see I love your wife. Hey, Beyonce.
Hey, you said her name right. Thank you.
Oh man, I'm at school. I can enunciate.
And nobody ever gets her name right on the first try. Props. But yeah,
Yeah.
man. What's been the most positive thing though since the pandemic you've been able to take from the world?
I'm still alive.
Still alive.
Yeah, I mean, trust me. It's been a lot of people that's you. I'm gonna say this. It's been a lot of people that's under our age. You know what I'm saying? That you think there's in good health and all that. That first wave of COVID really took a lot of people out.
Yeah.
A lot of people need to be thankful. You know what I'm saying? They're still here.
Agreed. Definitely.
Yeah, you gotta remember, people dying 3,000, 4,000 a day at one point. You gotta realize, man, you really need to be thankful.
I remember that. Well, what shoe did you break out today before we get into that first quarter? Did you break out any sneakers?
Now I was at work today, man, so I had to wear the beaters, man. I'll show you. The good old Asics, man. I had to wear the beaters today.
Gel Light 3 or 5. I can't tell which one.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, as we jump into the first quarter, the sneaker beginnings, I know you had just said your mom used to keep you in the J's. What's your earliest sneaker memory?
My earliest one? I'm trying to get it right. Hold on one sec. I mean, basically, like, okay. I know one time that I overslept. It was for the it was for the Concords. The first time it came out. Overslept. Mind you, I seen everybody at school with him. I was at Bowie at the time. I seen everybody with him. I was like, damn. I said, man, them jokes looking sweet when they first came out. I said, damn, I ain't get them. So next thing I know, I go home. My mom comes in with a Foot Locker bag. And I said, does she have what I think she has? Please say so. I'm sitting on the couch like, the praying that's what it is. As soon as she said, I bought these for you, what I'm saying? It was one of the last sides they had left in there. I mean, mind you, they said that they were surprised they still had some pairs left. So I pulled that box out. I said, Ma, I gave her the biggest hug and kiss. She was like, think she didn't understand why, but yeah. I went to
Nice.
the movie the next day. They were like this. Oh, you did come with him. I said, I sure did.
You thought I did when I didn't? When I did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's right. All right. Well, all right. Now, what's that next shoe after that you was just kind of like, all right, I'm in this. You know what I mean? Like, what was that next shoe that really cemented it for you?
The next one was okay. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go before that one. So the next one that submitted me was when I was at Working Pizza Hut. I was grinding. Like I said, most time mom wore my shoes. The first one that submitted me was the Black Cement 3.
Okay. Okay.
That one that started everything. That Black Cement 3. When I ain't like back then. You know what I'm saying? You had the George sweatsuit. You had the elephant print going down. You had the sweat print. You had the that was the elastic one. The elastic one with the snakeskin going down. And then when you see the elephant print with the J, I said, man, I got to have it. I gotta have it. So, and then back then too, style back then. I ain't got to explain to you, the gold ropes and all that. You ain't got.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm just glad to say. I mean, I was young, but I was glad that I like witnessed that with my own eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like in front of me, like seeing dudes that look like that with the suits and the sweats and the chains and the sneakers. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Now,
So,
oh, go ahead. My bad.
no, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna ask you. What was that first shoe / outfit combo that you had that really killed them at the school? You know what I'm saying, that you came with?
I'm trying to get it right. Hold up. Okay, I had on it was a black Sergio bikini, uh, all black. Cause I ain't lie, at the time I didn't get the elephant print Jay. When I seen him, but I didn't want to emulate him, so I just said, I'm gonna do something on my own. So I had the black Sergio, black Sergio sweats to go with his whole sweatsuit. I had a gold link chain back then. I had a king crown on it,
Nice,
and I had my black cements.
nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Sergio Tashidi. That was a moment there. That was a, you know what I mean?
Oh, that was my ish back then, man. Sweatsuits like that. Yeah, I remember the Champion was out back then. That's when Champion was real hot back then. You
Mm-hmm.
had the different sweatshirts with the different I would say this Air Force Ones and stuff like that. So yeah, but
Good
like
time.
I said, yeah.
Now, back in the day, as you were coming up, you know what I'm saying, who were some of your early sneaker or outfit influencers? Was it somebody from the neighborhood or cousin or sibling, anybody?
Um, I can't really say like a person, but I mean, I always had a sense of style because like I would look around, I would see, some people have a nice style. They say, what I'm saying, like I'll compliment on this style, but at the same time, I had a little flavor too, so they would compliment on mine as well. I had the little, back then it was the starter jackets and stuff like that. I mixed them up with the J's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I had a Raiders one, so black put that with anything. I
Yeah,
had but when I went to Bowie though, Bowie was a different story. When I went to Bowie, I mean, I had the iceberg back then, Moschino. I was fly. I mean, I was a fly little dude back then. Again, I had all my J's with patent leather breads. I had the Concords. I had playoffs. I remember one time I broke the play. I had my Moschino shirt on. I mean, so I always had. To me, it was always fashion with the kicks. It was always that. I could never separate the two.
yeah. I used to be all about Moschino. That was one of my favorite. You know what I mean? Like brands. You know what I mean? Like, um, it wasn't a lot of places where I was from that really sold it, but once I found them places, that was like one of my go-to brands, late '90s. So definitely remember that.
Yeah. But like I said, as far as and then plus too, I had different houses. Yeah, I remember too. I was like back then with niggas. It's like yeah, I mean, you had the commercials back then. You had the different athletes you went with them, like Chris Webber. You had Trying to think of some other. Of course, you had the Joe and Spike Lee commercials. Those are always classic.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think. Barry Sanders with his. I had a couple of Barry Sanders back then. I mean, I wish I had some stuff then, but man, that's back. That was back in them days. So
Those good times, man. Good times.
yeah. So yeah, basically, man, like I said, man, you gotta remember something. Back then, Nike used athletes to literally like promote a lot of their shoes versus now everything's given to celebrities now to promote this stuff, which is me. I mean, I don't talk about the new way to do things, but to me, it's whack to me. I grew up on the athletes, so that's what I'm used to.
Yeah. Nah, me, definitely. And even with even with the athletes now, it's more so on what they're walking in the tunnel with, as opposed to what they're wearing in the game. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
LeBron came with the Como des Garçons foams in the tunnel, but he wore some ambassador. You know what I mean? Like nobody cared about the ambassador he wore, or the LeBron 19. Everybody's just worried about the tunnel. So I feel that I kind of missed the way it was where, an All-Star game come around and everybody gonna come with some shit. Gary Payton gonna come with the black gloves with the zip.
Man. Yes.
Jordan playoff.
John Kemp Kamikazes, Shaq with the Shaqs. Oh, that's not forget Charles Barkley. Oh man, I stayed from Charles Barkley's.
Yeah.
I stayed from Charles Barkley's.
Yeah. So I'm with you. I definitely miss them days for sure. Yeah. Now as we jump to the second quarter, which is a little bit more recent sneaker past, probably from high school up until maybe a couple years ago. Now I know you touched on your first job. Where was your first job at again?
Pizza Hut, right down. I went to Crossing High School, so it was like literally like I walked there every day because literally like I would leave school, I would walk there every day.
Okay. Hey, Pizza Hut was my second job. I worked at a Pizza Hut. I was a server at one of them ones that you could dine in, with the buffet and everything.
Oh, that was me. Every man, and it got heavy every weekend, every Friday night, Saturday night, man, it got heavy, man. I ain't lie, I slaved back there, but I ain't lie. They all went to my kicks. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Oh yeah. I mean, people ask me now because I don't really eat pizza a whole lot now, and I'm like, look, for all of like the entire year, 1998, I worked at Pizza Hut, so I ain't gotta have no more pizza, man. I had so much pizza in that one year that I'm like, nah. But that was good times, man. That was good times.
For sure.
A graphic tee or something like that, just to remembrance. If I could have a little Mitchell and Ness patch with the 98 on it, you know what I'm saying? It's just because I was slaving there, man. That was the only like food job I had. But
yeah.
Now, what was your first? You remember the first shoe you bought with the Pizza Hut money?
I told you already. The Black Cement 3.
Black Cement 3. You told me that. Okay. All right, man. And we didn't already touched on like the clothing brands. I mean, but because you're from the DMV, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've always looked at that area as like a sneaker area. My best friend, he graduated from Howard, so I would come down a few times a year. I would always come to the homecomings, but I always would try to, get a pair of shoes when I would come down there. And I would always go to this place called City Sports. Is that still?
No, that's gone. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's gone.
Yeah, because I still got.
That was a nice spot right there.
Yeah, I still got some dunks from like 04, 05, 06 when I would go down and hang out that I still got. But where's like the spots from back in the day where you would grab your shoes? Was it like Tyson's Quarters or like where was you at?
Okay, speaking of that right there, and speaking of dunks, so I guess what starting with my little dunk journey was, I was going to go-go's, I was partying, but then it was just like I kind of want to start doing something different. So next thing I know, I seen one of my friends and he has SBs on. I was like, where you get them? At the time, he mentioned Pit Crew and Frederick. I said, you doing out Frederick for those? But it was nice though. Like, yeah, man. He said, that's where I get my stuff from. So I said, okay. So at that point, I said, let me start finding some SB shops that carry SBs. So I said, I found a main one called, it was Elite Board Shop in Fair Oaks Mall. And the first one I got, I think I showed you before. I think I put it on Instagram before. It was my Crimson in 06. That was my very first Nike SB. And had a little fit. You know what I'm saying? Had some little True Little jeans. Couldn't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? Went to the club. And I ain't lie, I forgot because back then, I ain't lie. Back then, people were getting like they had that ball, they get all clumsy, they be spilling drinks on the floor, can't hold the liquor. So what I did once I had it was white. So what I did was I stood to the side of the club. Larry, I was partying, but I was kind of partying. I ain't want nobody stepping on my shoes, getting them like dirty or nothing. So yeah, so like that started me in my little dunk journey right there. And that's when I got the it was the golf shoes. I got the I'm getting both here. I got the white with the light blue with the navy swoosh.
I remember that.
And I got the one with it's in the brown with the pink in it, the pink swoosh or whatever. Or yellow swoosh. So
Yeah.
then I kind of dogged that one. I dogged that one, but I still held on to my my white and navy blue one with the navy swoosh.
Gotcha.
And also then I had a couple other pairs. Like I said, my house got broken into back in 2012. Them pairs no longer here, but yeah, I had the matter of fact, it's in my other room, but I had you remember the Eries? I had the Eries back then.
Mm-hmm.
And the funny thing is, I got the hat still in here, but no shoes because they got broken into. So they got the hat. They didn't take the hat with them, but they took my shoes. I had the Vanilla Ice Blazers. I know you remember those.
Yeah. Yeah, with the red with the stars.
Matter of fact, I got in the last one. It was part of that Fallen Hero pack.
Mm-hmm.
The last one I had was a Milli Vanilli. I ain't lying. When I found they took that one hurt me though. I love that Milli Vanilli.
Yeah, I always wanted those.
And honestly, those was easy because because back then to get shoes, you had to go to the email process. You had to be linked to the email. So like a lot of times they released the email like around 4 or 5 o'clock. Elite did. So I would go there, hoping they had my size. Sometimes they did, but a lot of times they didn't. I mean, when them emails went out, if you weren't there right there like around 4:30, 5 o'clock, but I was getting off work late about like 5:36. A lot of times I was getting there. Either they had and they didn't. A lot of times they didn't. They was on it back then.
Yeah, and that to me, that's when SB was to see. Like in Cleveland, we didn't really have no SB accounts. We got like our first official one probably in like 2007. So like
Okay.
the first SB I ever bought like in store was probably the Dr. Feelgoods, the Motley Crue joints, the green with the red,
Remember?
the Ferris Bueller's. This was like around that time. So
I remember.
the Gibson guitars. So I'm thinking that I want to say that's the gold box era. I always get the boxes mixed up.
No, that was Gold Box. I remember. No, you know what? I'm trying to remember it.
Because I know it was silver box first, then it was pink, then it was black.
Yeah, that's right. Pink, and then it was black. That's what it was. It was pink, it was black. Then it was the Gold Box.
Okay, yeah, and then it was that blue and white box.
That's right. Right.
But yeah, we didn't really have no. So a lot of the SBs I would get, it would just be from online, and I only got hip really for real because of Nike Talk. Like that's really what got me hip to a lot of this stuff. And I'm like, dang man, I wish this stuff would come out here because like we can get regular dunks here, but we can't. We ain't get no SBs for real until it was almost over. But yeah, I got hip to a lot of places just being in DC, like Urban Outfitters. Like long before we had it in Cleveland, I would always find stuff at that one in Georgetown. I remember I found the Mango Stabs. They overcharged me. They were like $150. They were only supposed to be $100, but nobody in Cleveland had them. So I'm like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna just get them.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Back, man, I ain't lie. They still do it now. I mean, everybody had a little overcharge. Hell, even when I was going to Elite, a lot of them supposed to be $100. There was $125, $130. So they will always make sure they get their little cut on top of it. So I understand, but at the same time, the reason why they did, they know it's going to sell anyway. It's going to sell out. So
Yeah,
sell out. I'm gonna say that.
yeah.
I mean, at the end, people realize, like, prime example. I got Bruce Springsteen's Born in USA, the 2010s.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people thought they sold out. Not first day. I went and got those for no problem.
Yeah.
And what's another one that's Morgan Minnie was another one.
Yeah.
That's too. The first couple of days.
Yeah. I would love to have either of those now, because it's crazy. Like being in the dunks in the 2000s and seeing what dunks is doing now, man. It's it's just so different, man. Like,
I,
nobody cared. If it was just a regular dunk, you could get it Champs or Foot Locker. Even the college colors, like, nobody really care about them for real. It was all about B. Now it's the other way around.
yes. Hey, look, and I'm gonna tell you now, like I told somebody the other day, had I known back then what dunks would do now, if I could go back in time, I'd be in boy every dunk off of that wall
Yeah.
and have it right here, like just either like I'll be honest with you, I'll go through the ones like I'm gonna keep this one, keep this one, or I might sell this one, I might sell. I'm serious because I had no idea them dunks I was looking at back in the days was gonna do what it's doing now. I'm
Yeah.
serious.
Nah, I feel it. I feel it. Now I have to ask,
So ever.
you've always had a lot of dunks. Um, with this being your last name, do you have the Bucks?
No, that's it. No, because
Bucks.
no, because I'll be honest with you. When I came on, I think the Bucks was already kind of like out, and I ain't gonna lie. Back then, here's another thing too. See, back then I was cheap. I was not paying. If it was a cent over, I wasn't paying over. I'm sorry, I wasn't.
Nah, I got you.
I'm sorry, I wasn't. And I'll be honest with you. Like, as far as some of my collection goes, as far as resale, and I'm gonna keep it honest. I kind of like just started paying a little bit of resale last year. I
Got you.
really, but like now, I'm trying to get back to like resale if I have to, but a lot of times I'm trying to go retail. I'm sorry, it's just I value money too much,
Yeah.
and it's like this. If I can get it for retail, cool. If not, if I really have to go that route, I'll do what I have to do. But majority of the time, I understand this new culture and everybody now pays resale. But like I said, man, for me, I value money too much. I like to get it for box price. That's just me. But
Nah, I'm with
trust me, it's hard. It's hard now. It's like every release now is a challenge because there's so many people willing to pay resale. It's so many. I've come to grips with
you. Yeah.
it.
Nah, I get that. It is tough. It is tough. Um, Now I do have to ask. Back in the day, it was a lot of hits, but it was some misses. Was there anything, kind of back then that you bought, like, why did I buy this? Or you kind of regretted buying it? Or were there any regrettable purchases back?
Yeah. Uh, I bought you remember a basketball shoe called the Dynasty?
Oh, yeah, it sort of looks like early 80s.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
bought that. Was doing something. And I grabbed it. I was gonna put it on. I put it on my foot. I was like, I looked. I was like, it's cool, but why did I buy this? I'm not really going to like style it or rock it or anything like that. I was like, why did I buy this? Matter of fact, another one was, which is funny now. Remember I'm gonna say this. There's a piece air raid, but back then it was another piece air raid. Like
was it
I'm
white?
huh?
Was it white?
What? Yeah, white with the like a blue strap, and look, I think it said what the? It was some words on the back. I'm trying to remember it. One world, one. It was some. It was some weird. It was some number. It was some phrase in the back. And back then, when I wore that shoe, and I kind of regret it. Like first I bought it because I was just thinking it was gonna sell out, and it didn't. I didn't know. So I was rocking around Bowie. Everybody was like this. I don't like them. They ugly. You need to take those back. I said, they already wore them now. I can't take them back. Now I got dirt on them. It's too late. But now the funny thing is, now that what's the dude from Wild Now Conceited? He got that same pair, and now they tight. They hot. They fire. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I said. It just seems like everybody's just a get with now. I'm being honest.
Yeah. I remember them really trying to do something with the Dynasty, like 2009, 10, 11. And it was such an odd shoe because it wasn't really attached to an athlete. And it was after the Blazer, but before the Air Force One. And I'm like, Like, I only know what the Dynasty is because I had the Soul Provider book.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
yeah, it's such a odd choice of something to bring back because I'd like to have a pair just for the lineage. Yeah, I got a Nike basketball shoe. I got that, but I haven't found a color yet that wasn't, like if I get an old shoe like that, I need that old looking color. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But yeah, I feel that. I feel that. So now we've made it to halftime. So now it's halftime. Usually I try to go through the comments. If anybody has any questions, you're welcome to ask. But one question I have for you that's not really a part of the show is, with you being in the DMV, how big are phones still? Do they still matter like they did?
No. A
Okay.
lot a lot of people now, I'll be honest with you, a lot of people sold their phones to get other kicks now. They've sold their phones to get what's what I'm looking for? They sold a lot of people sold their phones to get kicks like off whites, Sakai's, um I'm gonna say this. Anything that's pretty much hype has got a little money to it, that's what everybody wears now, being honest. Like me, I'll still bring out a phone because I still got plenty of them in the house. I still got plenty. So the phones ain't going nowhere with me. I'll rock a phone with no problem. Cause phones, I grew up on phones. I rocked a lot of phones. To be honest with you, to me, I love phones because to me, they were the indestructible shoe. I could kind of wear in the rain. I can go in the club like that. They can spill alcohol on it. I can just crep. I mean, not back then they ain't had crep, but I can just soap brush it and it'll be right back clean. Matter of fact, no, they did a water and spray repellent. So I use water and spray repellent on there and get it right back to where it was. So yeah, the only thing about foams back then was just that icy sole. You had to keep that clean.
For sure. For
You
sure.
had to keep that clean. You know, that was a problem, but man, like I said, for me, like I said, I always love foam, so that was never going to with me. I mean, some people still do, but it's very few. I'm gonna say that it's very few. Everybody now is a hype J, off white, Sakai, whatever the hype shoe is. I mean, even some rocking SBs. So whatever the hype shoe is, that's what they're going with.
Okay. Now, with you being a phone person and you having a lot of phones, what is the phone for you?
What's the
Like,
phone for me?
that you like, your favorite one.
Oh, that classic Orlando colorway. That
Okay.
classic navy blue. Matter of fact, when I first seen it in Foot Locker, and you can probably remember this time when I first bought it in Foot Locker. I ain't lie. The very first time I saw it, I was like, 169. Sheesh, man, that's a lot of money. So back then I was working. Matter of fact, this was back when I was working. What was I working? I was working at Target at the time. I was working at Target, and I had another part-time job as well at that time. So I wound up saving my money. Wound up getting them. So then my friend said, "Them joints tough." I said, "How much?" I said, 169. You pay what? 169 for those? They tough, but nah, man, I can't do it. But then next thing I know, I started seeing people slowly getting that shoe. So obviously, you know what I'm saying, it must have had some little prestige, some little hype to it. They was about starting to buy it slow. So yeah, so like I said, man, that classic Orlando colorway, yeah, can't beat that, man.
That's my favorite too. I mean, I've actually offended people because I'm like, well, the blue foam is the only foam that matters to me. No matter how many foams I get or limited, like that blue one is always going to be number one. One foam that I'll say I'm kind of ashamed to say I've never owned was the pearl. I never had that pearl foam.
Oh wow,
Yeah, I
wow.
never owned.
And you know that's still in my stash too. I got that. I got the 2010 version.
Okay,
That's
okay.
still that ain't going nowhere.
And I
I,
got. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Go ahead.
that phone right there, it was never going. I ain't lie. I really took care of that phone. I ain't lie. If you see the phone right now, it still looks halfway new.
Got you.
I,
Got
I never I never really dogged it or nothing. A lot I wore it one time. A dude thought it came back out. He said they brought those back out. I said, nah, man, I just had these for a while. He said, damn, cuz you kept them joints in good condition. I said, I
you.
know I found myself in good condition.
It's always good when that happens where people are like, man, them just came back out. You be like, nah. Nah, I'm in this, bro. Without
Yeah,
being. So,
you gotta let them know sometimes.
for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Now, again, another DMV shoe question before we get into the third quarter. I know that you wear them. You always say that, whenever we do purchase or pass, you be in the comments bigging them up. And they've been a big thing in DC for a long time. But are you surprised that the early 990 shoes are as popular outside of DC? Because y'all have been wearing them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Are you
Yeah.
surprised at the thing?
Yeah, no. Cause now everybody got to realize something. Sure, this is more like a hype J era now, where everybody buys a lot of hype J's. Everybody buys a lot of like whatever's current. Whatever's current, that's going to like give them a lot of attention. But I mean, a lot of people now in the runners. Like, I'll be honest. Um, when I started Instagram journey or whatever, and honestly, because before that, I was kind of local with it. It was like I was kind of like around here. Like, I'm just thinking I'm doing something special because you know what I'm saying. It's like I'm buying all these sneakers. I don't see nobody really into it, so I kind of really thought I was doing something special.
Mm-hmm.
And I started seeing people from like I said, from Canada, from like your state, Ohio, Texas. I said, wow, there's a lot of sneakerheads out here. There's a lot of people that have been doing that thing. Like, and I can tell, like, I ain't lie, I can go back to some of your pairs and really see how long you've been doing it for real, for real. Some people really don't think you can, but you can tell.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
I
mean,
look at some, and I'll be like, man, cuz been doing this for a minute. I can tell.
mm,
And like I said, a few of my pairs have gotten stolen through the break in, but I still got a few nostalgia pairs. Like, I'll show you one right here. Hold on, I'll show you one. These right here, the O2 Raptors.
okay,
O2. Uh, still got the box. If you don't know, you can see it. Still got the box with the face on there.
nice.
And of course, got this as well.
Okay, that was gonna be my next question. Do you have the retro card?
I got it. I got it. All right.
Good. I miss retro cards, by the way, because see, there's always been a disconnect with me and younger sneakers. I'm all about the story and the history. I know everybody's not going to do that. You know, when I wear shoes like that, I still think of Jordan wearing them, doing certain things in the shoes. But I really wish Nike would get back to the storytelling of the shoes in regular pairs, not just the limited stuff.
Yeah, I know it's because like all the stores go to their limit stuff, and it's like the regular stuff. It kind of just okay. They buy it, yeah.
Come out now. That one box that they made with all the posters on it that they just give to random releases. I'm like, all right, I like that, but you know, give me like a Union 4 type box for the fours. You know what I'm saying? Give me something. You know, why I gotta have it be special because it's with a certain store or a certain company. You know, so that's
Yeah.
all I want. You know, but I know I'm asking for quite a bit.
Yeah, because we have realized now we in an era now where if now you can put the energy in one shoe, they're gonna give it all. They're gonna give all the energy in one shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, prime example, like I recently got another pair of Air Raids. You remember the Air Raids back then?
Oh yeah.
Like now, if I wear Air Raid now, they like this. Okay. Uh, what shoe was that? I said it's Air Raid back in the days. You know what I'm saying? Spike Lee wore these. You're like, who? Sure,
Mm-hmm.
this generation now is
Tim Hardaway. You know, come on.
yeah, yes. But I'll be honest with you, like this is where I knew where, like when you talk to history, a lot of history is gone, man. I'm being honest. Like your battle proved that, and you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm talking. I
Yeah,
want to say when I saw that result, I said, "You got to be kidding me!"
yeah, man. I mean, even PR23, even the guy said it. He was like, yeah, when we did the little recap after, yeah, you should have won that round. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, the MF don't like that. You know, I'm not even talking about value. That was just to me a better shoe. But yeah, it's not even about that. So it's like if I'm ever in any other battles, I'm going to. I guess I'm gonna have to play to the audience and just show a bunch of Jordans and Yeezys and you know.
That's what it is, and that's what it is now, man. Like, okay, prime example. I work in a probation building,
Mm-hmm.
a government job. So of course I see a lot of little youngs come through there, and what I see on their feet all the time, a lot of hyped up J's and a lot of Yeezys. I see a lot of Yeezys.
Yeah, see, I want us to come together, you know, because we all like sneakers and we're in it for different reasons, different inspirations. But if all that's going to be respected is the hype, you know, like you got to have a history. You know, you got to have a history. So I just, I don't know. That was a tough thing there, but yeah, I appreciate you saying that. Uh,
Yeah, because I saw that, man. And the main thing was I got like me and a friend of mine was talking about. I said, okay, I had the First Avenue, but I'm gonna say this: it's associated with Prince, but it's not really like Prince's shoe. It's more like it's dedicated to him, but it's not his shoe. That MF Doom is his shoe.
yeah, and I should have argued the point a little bit more, but I was already so dejected by that point because the chat wasn't really voting for me either. So I'm just like, well, I guess I'm just not going to win this. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't trying to be, because now that I'm in my 40s, I'm really making an effort to try to not be an asshole. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
not be like at work, everywhere, but sometimes it still comes out. Sometimes I have to really hold it back, like
Hey, me too. Me
whatever.
too. I don't want to say nothing, but it's just like when you feel something ain't right, you got every right to voice your opinion. And sometimes I even be looking like, I mean, y'all picked this over this. Y'all know the history of that shoe versus that. And that's why I'm saying, like, it's so many people in it now that you can tell what they're in for because they have no history, no clue, or nothing of what's going on. They don't.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just like, because again, I'm like, all right, that was like my last little clip in the chamber. I'm like, this don't win. I'm just not gonna win. And when it did, I'm just like,
I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm gonna imitate you because you did like this. Because you had the shoe, and then when you saw the vote, you did like you said.
hey, I was in battle, man. I'm like, I can't believe this shit. You know what I mean? But whatever. Oh man, good times.
Yes. I cried laughing. I couldn't help it.
Let me jump into the third quarter. Oh man, sneaker present. Now, what's the DMV sneaker scene like now?
Okay, the DMV sneaker scene. Like I just said, Yeezy, 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 uh, Kai, uh, hyped up J, back to Yeezy, Yeezy, Yeezy. I mean, you might have a few. You might have a few nostalgic people that might have a foam here and there, or might have a OG Air Max or something like that. But I'm telling you, man, when you look down the feet, man, and then you gotta remember something too. Now, a lot of people now get their shoes through resellers.
Yeah, yeah,
Most of the DNB now get their shoes through resellers, and you gotta realize most resellers gonna have the most current stuff. So just okay. Prime example, like these Rebellionaires just came out. Everybody and their mother gonna have a Rebellion there because most of the resellers grab. I mean, it was some. I ain't lie. Four of my friends told me because I got mine through a athlete's foot, but I had no idea how many pairs some of these places had. When they said I said first come first serve a shoe like this. I said it has to be a nice number of pairs. So I know one store in Silver Spring had well over 100 pairs. So resellers ate half of that stock.
yeah. At least
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
regular people. Oh man. I
Yeah.
don't know.
So like I said, man, it's like you might have a few, and then don't get me wrong, you still have your New Balances. I gotta take that back. You still have your New Balances. You still have your 990s, your 991s. Okay, like prime example, I just bought this recent. I bought the you see it. This is
Ooh,
sneakers and
nice.
stuff. It's called the Canary Blue 991.
Yeah,
This
those
is
is hard.
part of this. I ain't lie. It's a long. It's not a long story to it, but I guess this and hold on, I got another one. This one. It's called the Peter. And both of these, okay, these colors were apparently on a 574 back then. I forgot what year it was. It was the early 2000s. So they wanted to bring that story back. So instead of using the 574, They brought it on a 991.
Okay.
And I actually had to get one more colorway because they said when they made this one, excuse me, I get it right. I'm sorry. When they made this one, they messed up on the colorway. So this was actually a lighter blue. So back then they said, what am I going to do with that? They said, release the 96 pairs of them then, just let them go. So it's another colorway because so for the 991 they did that same colorway too. So it's actually 3 shoes. So I need to get one more. And I had the pack completed. But that's how much I like this one.
Those are nice. I like them both.
Hey, appreciate that.
Now, since we're talking about New Balance, I do have to ask this. Now, with the DMV being a New Balance place, does the 574 matter at all, or is it kind of written off like, whatever, or it's just the 990s series?
You said 574?
Does it matter in the DMV at all?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
I'll be honest with you. And the sad thing is, I have a couple of them. I have a couple of 574s.
Mm-hmm.
They really consider those dad shoes.
Got you.
They do. But like I said, I have love because I have a couple of them. I have a straight rat pair. I have a straight rat pair. I have now another sneaker stuff collab. And there was so many. I forget what it was called, but the colorways and stuff on it. Matter of fact, hold on, right back. I get it. I'll be right back.
Nope, written off. 990s or nothing. Gotcha. Figured as much. Oh man. Appreciate everybody in the comments, everybody watching. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody in the comments, everybody joining. Thank you. Pine Barn, my favorite MB of all time. True to it. Yeah. Be back in 1 second. Yeah, as I was looking, Nelly May going to the vault.
All right, I'm back.
For sure.
I had to go down to the dungeon for this one. I apologize.
No problem.
This one right here, if you can see it.
Okay. That's the one with the purple back and the gray front?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember.
I actually hit this on their raffle. I was surprised. I haven't checked my bank and I seen the money taken out. And I was like, what did they take out? I saw for this. I was like, oh, okay. But when I got it in hand, I said, the materials are nice. I really like this one.
Okay. Yeah, those are nice. I actually wouldn't mind having those myself. All of my 574s are like, they're either really old, like late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay, yeah.
Those
back then, you know what I'm saying? We had those. I'm gonna say those made the go-go scene back then.
Yeah.
Go-go scene back there with the old magazine and stuff.
I have a random collab pair that was with Herschel, to make the bags and the wallets and stuff.
Yeah.
Like 574 I have that's cool. The 997 is my favorite. Either that or the 1500. Those are my favorite New Balances. They just cost so much. That's why I'm like, ooh. So
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, what I appreciate about your collection is that you aren't just Nike or New Balance. You get into a little bit of everything. What influences your sneaker purchases?
A lot of time my sneaker purchases influenced by what I was styling with. What I feel like if I get that shoe, what I could wear with it. And basically, like, sometimes it's just the athlete. Like I said, like these days, I'd be surprised, man. A lot of people sleep on LeBrons. There's a lot of dope LeBrons out here. But the sad thing is, let them sleep. I like them sleep
Yeah.
because I can kind of get it when I want to get it versus, I have to get it that day. So if you sleep, that's fine. Like, I can grab me and LeBron with no problem. Only one I couldn't grab no problem was that Big Bang. That was a problem. But other than that, or South Beach, I'm going to say South Beach too. That was a problem as well. So,
Yeah. I'm gonna ride out with my original Big Bang, but I really wanted a retro pair of South Beaches just because of what that shoe means to me. But I feel like eventually it'll come. But for me, with LeBrons, where it's hard to buy LeBrons, is I usually like to get my LeBrons in a 12.
okay.
If I were under an 11, I would have an easier time collecting LeBrons, because the prices are so different. Like, even from an 11 to a 12, there's a difference in the price if you're on GOAT or StockX or whatever, where it seems like with LeBrons, the higher the size, the more valuable they are. So,
Because now it's the basketball era. Like you said, now it's like what they're going to wear to the court, what they come in the arena with, what they're going to play in. So now they realize now that, and any consignment shop will tell you. Because at one time, I remember I didn't buy them, but I was about to. Because it was undefeated Kobe's.
mm-hmm.
And the first thing the dude said was, he said, the shoe, he said he was charging $340 at the time, but he said for me, he'll give it to me for like $250. So the dude said, why you giving it to him so low when the shoe is that? He said, it's his size, man. He said, because his size really don't ball in Kobe's. The 11s, 12, 10 and a half through the 12 and 13, they ball. So that's why I would charge him low. But anybody else come in here, I wouldn't give them that price.
Yeah.
So once that's why I said from that point, I see how they grade 10 and a half on up as far as basketball shoes are concerned.
Yeah, but it's weird. It's not Jordans or foams, but like actual performance shoes. They be crazy. Like, LeBron's are the worst. Then it would probably be KD's. Well, Kobe's, to me, it just depends on what number and what it is.
Yeah, but Kobe's, I'll be honest with you, Kobe's, it's like it was a snug fit. It was a real tight fit, but you're comfy though. It's like you can still move your feet. Your feet's not throbbing. I ain't like, it's been some LeBrons where it's like, man, if I ain't get this situated, on the feet, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it when you get home.
Like,
Yeah,
some of my older LeBrons that are like 11s, my wife will hear me. I'll be like, damn, it's an 11. Like I forgot it was an 11 when I went to get it. Like, I already know what kind of day it's going to be, where this pink here on the right foot is going to be like, nigga.
Yes. I mean, don't get me wrong, your feet looking flat, but man, when you get home, man, you like, man, whew.
Yeah.
Hey.
Probably LeBron 8 is kind of when I started going from 11 and a half just to the 12. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to just get 12s and LeBrons. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right. Well, let me ask you this. What's a shoe you have in your collection that you like it enough to keep it, but it didn't really age well, whether it's popularity or condition wise?
Said I have it and it didn't age well.
Yeah, because for me, I'm always gonna say the Griffeys because of that awful midsole paint.
Well, actually, I have a couple maps. I have one right here. I mean, I think I've seen you wear it. Let me see if I can bring it out.
Damn, condition you wear 9.5 in bronze. Real.
My old Air Max 95s.
Okay.
I mean, not wrong. The up was good, but you can tell this cloudy sole right here is like it's cloudy. Like you can't really like see the air bubble anymore. I ain't like cleaned it a couple times. I've actually cleaned it a couple times, and it got right back to being cloudy. So I'm not cleaning no more. It is what it is with this shoe. So
what release is that? Is that the 10 release or the 15?
2005.
Oh, the HOA. Okay.
Yeah.
Any of my older ones I done wore, I done had to hit them with the what is the shit? The blow dryer. Yeah.
Oh, that what you use?
Yeah, that takes the yellow one out of because I got the chilly ones like from 05, right before they changed to the smaller bubbles. And
yeah. You see my bottom like smoky at the bottom, if you can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I hate to see some of these shoes go, but yeah, for the most part, I just hit them with the blow dryer, and it'll be clear for like a day or a day and a half, and then it just yellow back over.
Okay, okay.
But yeah, I never got those from the History of Air Pack, but I got like every other shoe because I still have my pair from '03 like
Mm-hmm.
that. So I
Yeah.
didn't get, but my 180s, my 97s, my the infrared 90s that I wear, they were all from that pack.
Okay.
97 wore them this month. They actually started crumbling on me, so I got to get another silver bullet.
Oh, really? Matter of fact, I have an older pair too. I have that. Matter of fact, I think that pair you had when you did the Air Max 30 for your Air Maxes.
Mm-hmm.
I have that same pair too. I don't know. I think it's in there, but I got a tornado in there. I got to fix it, but
Yeah,
what about to say? Yeah, that pair it's got a smoky bottom on that too. But I have the newer pair though, so it's not that bad. The what year was that? 2017, wherever it came out.
mm-hmm.
I have that pair, so
Yeah. That year, I ended up getting the gold ones, but I didn't get the silver ones because I was like, man, my pair from '06 is still cool. So, you know,
yeah. I said that first. Then I said to myself, I said, "Nah, over time, this is going to really get smoky. So let me go ahead and get the new pair." And that remember the first time they limited the silver bullet, but the second time they brought it out, they flooded it.
yeah, it was everywhere. It was
It was
everywhere.
all over. So that's how I was able to snag that. And once I got that gold pair, I was straight. So I had the silver and gold bullets. I was good.
Yeah. Now, where I know this is kind of a loaded question before we end the quarter. Where do you like? Where's your go-to to get shoes now, or do you have one?
I'm gonna say this. I used to have a go-to, but let's say this. Times has changed. People that I'm gonna say this. I used to go to. That's kind of changed because times have changed. Whereas I'm gonna say, you know how it was back then. You know what I'm saying? Show your face, show love. You good now. If you ain't showing this, they kind of look at you like, I see what I can do for you. I mean, once you see that, I was like, I ain't gonna get it from them.
Yeah, yeah. And that's one thing. Like when I talk to the young dudes that's trying to be in the game, I always tell them like that's one of the biggest differences. You can't really make relationships now because everything is digital.
It's digital, and then another thing, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. A lot of people working these shoe stores now. I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of people working these shoe stores now. They're not real sneakerheads. You can tell.
Nope, nope.
It's, you walk in there, the energy's flat. You try to talk to them. It's like you ask for server release. We ain't get him in yet, but come back next one. Darn well they got him in there. But yeah. So it's just like these days. I'm gonna say this. Whatever way I can get it, that's how I get it. Like if I hit a raffle, I hit a raffle. If I went on sneakers, I went on sneakers. If I get one of these raffles and some money come out of my account, I know what that is. Other than that, it's changed, man.
Yeah, and see, whenever I've hired somebody at a store, to be a sales associate, with the shoes, if they're like a real sneakerhead, I have to tell them in the training, like, look, this isn't really a part of the training, but if you're going to be successful and not be that frustrated, you have to look at things from a non-sneakerhead eye because most of the people you're going to service aren't sneakerheads. And once you do this long enough, you'll be able to tell who's with it and who isn't. You know what I'm saying? So I have to do it, where if I'm, in a store, I have to, if somebody's asking me a real life, like if you came into a store I was working at, we have a rapport. It's like, okay, he's in this. I could talk to him about certain stuff. But if you're just coming there looking for the new J's and you just, whatever, I already know what it is. So you're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
It changed big time. It changed so bad. I haven't bought anything from a store in forever. Shout out CJ Sneaker Fiend, man.
Oh, that's my guy right there, man. That's my man.
Yeah,
He'll tell you.
yeah. He was a guest on the show last year. It was really one of my best shows. But yeah. Now, as we go into the fourth quarter,
Okay.
what is your holy grail that you haven't got to touch yet?
Holy Grail. Let me see. Let me see. Uh, maybe I have a couple of those. Um, One I would love to touch I would love to get a Galaxy phone back if I ever get it. One is in good condition because you know most Galaxy phones now are pretty much beat.
And still like $800, if not more.
Which I will never ever understand. Like, man, that's what I said, man. The times have changed a lot. Um, Let me see another one. I'll be honest with you. I would like to have a Travis Scott one. I would like to have one in my collection, but again, them prices. It's like another thing too. I'm not willing to give up half my collection for that shoe. So unless I'm willing to buckle down and just say, "Here, just take my right arm," I'm not gonna have that shoe. I'm sorry. It's too much.
No, I got you. I got you. Now, what's the shoe that you mess with that most people don't?
What's a shoe I mess with a lot of people don't?
Mm-hmm.
Asics.
Okay, specifically gel light 3s or 5s or anything else?
Gel light 3s, gel light 5s. I love gel light 3s. I think a few that I have. I have a couple Ronnies. But it's like I can't right now. I've had to go to my boxes to really see which ones I particularly have. That's the only thing. I have a couple Ronnies. I have a couple Bait had a couple of them. I had matter of fact, Concepts had a couple of them. But I ain't lying, man. It's like I got so many shoes sometimes. Like I be forgetting what I have, so I gotta go through my boxes and really see like what's what. But mainly, like I said, I do have a lot of gel light 3s and gel light 5s.
I'm gonna hit you. My favorite Asics model that's not one of those two models is the Gel Cayano. Packer had a pack back like 14. It was a New Jersey themed pack. It was like all roads lead to Teaneck, and I bought all of them. You know, the store I was working at, we had like regular Gel Cayanos, you know, like colorways from the 90s when it came out. And I'm like, nah, but I'm gonna get them though. You know what I mean? So I appreciate the love for the Asics though.
Okay, yeah. But Ace has been my thing, man. Like matter of fact, I got what is it? Ronnie Five Tiffany. I got that's what I said, man. It's like I had to go through my boxes to really see a lot of ones I do have, but
Mm-hmm.
matter of fact, I got a one called it's called Get Wet or something like that. Bodega.
Okay.
And I ain't lie, I kind of wore that one. I ain't lie, if I show you that one, that was because I heavily wore that one. That was one of my favorite ones. And plus, too, it was Gore-Tex. So the
Yeah.
rain hit it, I could just wipe it off and keep it moving because it was Gore-Tex.
Nice. Nice. Another Asics. This was one that I had in the store I was working at that I didn't buy. It was a collab with Bait. It was also like 2013 or 14. It was like army colored, like olive green, black, and like gray, and the bottom was orange. It was. I have to send you pictures of all this stuff. These are
Yeah,
things I'm still
I
looking for.
should know it, but I should know if it's not coming to. But I should know that one.
Yeah, because explaining it to the customers at the time, I'm like, it's not Bape, even though it's green, it's Bape. you
Mm-hmm.
know, because in Cleveland, nobody, you know, at the time at least, nobody really knew what that was. So
No, not at all.
it's a couple, but okay. Now, with your collection, what direction do you see your collection going in the future?
I ain't lie, me getting older, and me, I'll be honest with you, me been through a lot of J's. Don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna get a J here and there, but uh, let's just say that I'll kind of do like I ain't lie, I do wear Yeezys. I'm not gonna say I frown on them. I do wear them, but my whole collection not gonna be Yeezys. It's only gonna be certain ones. Like I just recently got the Dazzling Blue one because I ain't like the way that Royal colorway popped on that 350. I said I got to have that one. I really like that one. So I got that one. I looked at the soft fly. I just looked at the video. I know nothing to what I do too is before I buy a shoe, I look at the video and see the review on, see if I really want it or not. So Softfly I looked at today. I said that's gonna be on the list too. I'm gonna have to go back and get that. But mainly now it's like, oh no, oh right here. And this should have came to me when you said another shoe brand that I like.
Oh, so was that Saucony?
Saucony, Trinidad James,
Okay, the black
the
joints.
homework.
Yeah,
Yeah, I should have gave you that too because I'm a huge Saucony fan. I love Saucony.
yeah. That's something I probably should have jumped on. You know, V was smart and bought the red pair. I probably should have tried to get him too, but it's all. It's all. Um, I'm not surprised. You know, with Saucony, Asics, New Balance. To me, they're all kind of in the same family. Different, but still really really good shoes. I got a few. Well, now they call it the Jazz 81, but the original Jazz. I got a few pairs from the 90s, back when they was hot in the 90s. You know, when they was coming back out. But yeah, I definitely should have hopped on that.
Okay, yeah, but 'cause I ain't lie. I was trying to get the red pair when it first came out, and for some odd reason, I missed both releases. And when I say I was hot, oh, I was hot. I was like, how did that get by me? Like, I don't understand how. I was hot when I missed that. Matter of fact, then when I saw Mike Rich do a video and they had him at Walters, I kept thinking to myself, man, I want to drive down there and get a pig. I know he still got pigs in there, but I'm not going to drive while we're here to Atlanta to get that shoe and come back. I'm like, I just had to miss this one and catch the next one. So
Yeah.
I was glad I caught the next release on that one. But yeah, Saucony's is definitely one of my favorites.
Sure, for sure. Okay. Now, what's on your radar over like the next 2 or 3 months that you plan on trying to get?
It's like my mind wanders as far as shoes go too, because it's like I can go this direction, the next thing I'm like, nah, I'll wait for that. I'll go over here. It's like this too. My love for SBs has kind of diminished because the way they release them now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll admit, man, you should know about it. Like when nobody play on dunks and they was real easy to get. Man, I used to love it. Like I can go in there and you realize it's like going to candy store. You can go in there and get any flavor you want. You can go in there and get what is it? One man you can go in there and get puffin stuff. You can go in and get Newcastle. Hell, I'll take it to 2013. Where you can go get a MIA, you can go get a skate park at Tampa. You can go get a
McRad.
Huh?
You get a McRad?
Yeah. Oh, I just wore that the other day too. Matter of fact, is this it?
Yeah, I broke mine out for Black History Month. Since it's like a big.
Right here?
Yep. Reese, McRad.
Mm-hmm.
What I liked about the shoe before I even learned about it, what drew me is, I'm a 80s nerd. So the fact that they got the 84 on one and the 86 on the other, I wanted that before I even learned what all of that even meant, and of course the colors. So yeah, that was probably
when I first saw that shoe and I saw, matter of fact, when I saw the email come out and they was getting that, and the story behind it was the first rock band that made Thrasher magazine.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I got to have that. I got to have that one. So
first black to be on the front too.
Huh?
The first black dude to be on the front of Thrasher too.
Exactly. So if people realize that was a Black History shoe.
Yeah, that's why I always wear it in February. I wore mine in February, just because it's like a BHM shoe, but not. You know what I mean?
Matter of fact, hold up. If I still got it over here. Hold up. I freaked it with this hat right here. The Supreme hat.
Ooh, that's perfect.
Yeah, I freaked it with that.
Yeah, that's hot. That's hot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So before we, close off, I do have to ask, do you have any questions for me?
I'm gonna say this. You've been doing this for so long and you've pretty much seen everything and done everything. Is your love still the same for sneakers, or do you see yourself ever Like calling a career or
It's a really good question. I'll admit, because now it's a blessing, of course. Got to give the glory to God, but the sneakers come so randomly that I don't feel like I enjoy them as much as I used to because I wasn't getting them as fast. I feel like for the last 10 or 15 years, it's been like that, where the sneakers would just be coming out, and it's like I try to grab this one, I grab this one. But I don't get the same joy. Like sometimes I want to go back to the 90s because it's like, oh, man, I got the Air Max 98s. Like I finally got them. I got this color and I got this color. You know, I miss that, and I miss the anonymity of the shoes because we didn't have this kind of information this far in advance. I mean, we already know what's gonna come out at Christmas. Before we look in the Slam magazine, or okay, Kicks is out. Slam put Kicks out. Let's see what it is. So I kind of I miss the anonymity of the sneakers. And even though I'm still enjoying sneakers, I've had to go to other brands to keep that going. I mean, working for Converse has helped because, getting into Converse, that's like a whole nother rabbit hole where it's like, all right, I want to get all the music artists that had a Converse. I want to get all of the Converse basketball shoes. I need the weapons in every color. So it's still the way it is, but it'll never be the way it was, if that makes any sense.
oh it like I told somebody, like, because they'll ask me every now and then, do you ever think the sneaker game will revert back to what we used to know it? I was like, no, this is it. You gotta realize now, every single day now, people don't realize it, every single day, a new consignment shop is getting built.
Yep.
And you go in there, and the sad thing is, you see the same stuff, but you realize people will pay money for this. You go on StockX, same thing. And sad thing is, you go in there, you see the same prices for the same stuff because people will pay it.
Yeah, they use StockX as a point of reference where certain boutiques, at least the ones here in North Carolina, a lot of times they don't even put the prices on the shoes if they're brand new. They'll just scan it, and then that means they'll just look and see, okay, this is going on StockX for $480. Yeah, it's $500. You know what I mean? Just paid the guy $250. Like me and V was in a store, and they was trying to give this. Now they were used, and they didn't have a box, but this one shop we was in, they was trying to give a dude $300, or actually $280 for some Supreme Forces and some Union Force. $280.
Really?
Yeah, for both. And he only wanted $300. He was like, man, just give me $300. They really didn't want to do it. I'm like, you gonna get more than this just off this Union 4. I mean, these Supreme Forces, yeah, they're the black ones, but they still say Supreme on them. That's gonna be enough for the hype beast right there.
Yeah, but my thing is, they're black. If you look at the numbers, they're about the same. The same. There's like maybe like 20, 30. I mean, it ain't even much. It's the same. It's like you said, they're trying to lowball them because of what it is. You go on StockX, numbers are the same basically. Maybe a couple dollars off. I'm serious. But that goes to show you that. Let me say this: you take to a consignment shop, they'll lowball you. But when you go in there, I'm gonna say this: they'll lowball you. But then when you go home and look at what they charge, you like, really? You gave me that lowball number, but you're raising it this high? Okay. Sometimes you almost better off selling it yourself.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I'll say this. I don't think that the shoe game is always going to be the way it is. I do think that, I mean, technology has changed some of it. It's sort of like, you and I are from the era of CDs and tapes. We'll never use, well, I still use CDs sometimes in my car. I'm not going to lie. But,
I see the CD player here. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I got some classic CDs back in here, man. People don't even realize that. I got some classics in here.
Yeah, but I don't think that it's technology has changed the shoe game to where it'll never be how it was when we were young. But I don't feel like it's always going to be like this either, because something else will come along to grab the kids. That'll be the thing to do, and it'll just go back to people look at us like weirdos because we got more than 7 or 8 pairs of shoes.
Yeah. But see, that's another thing too. Like, I know you always said. You always said back then, like, how people looked at you so weird because that you was getting shoes and they didn't understand it. And that's how I was. Like, getting stuff, and they were like this. You just bought shoes the other day. You barely wore those. Where'd you get those for? And like, I had enough fit to put with them, man. It's like I had to get another shoe to go with this. And they were like this. One person even asked me, said, all you do is spend your money on shoes. I'm like,
Mhm.
but I mean, this is what I like to do. I mean, you had your hobby, I had mine. But now it's to the point where everybody's a weirdo. So there's nothing really I would say special.
Yeah, and like back in the day, this was like early 2000s. This one dude I used to be cool with, like, all he wanted to do was smoke weed. Fine. And he would talk shit about me buying shoes, and I'm like, but you're just smoking all of yours up. After you ain't geeked anymore, then what? I could have this shoe for 10 or 15, 20 years, or longer. What do you
Mm-hmm.
say? So, yeah, I think it'll go back to that somewhat, but I don't know if it's ever going to. I don't know if it's ever going to truly be the way it was. I highly doubt it. I'm with you on that. It's unfortunate, but you know,
So only thing I can say is, like, since we know that, the only thing you can do is just adapt, man. You
yeah,
got it. Because I mean, I'll be honest, with you, like me and CJ talked about it the other day. We talked about all the people that was in the beginning that came in with us. You don't hardly see none of these people now.
yeah,
Because a lot of people said they got fed up and they said the hell with this. I'm seeing people now at they getting guns now. They're what else I'm seeing? I'm seeing people like, I'll be honest with you, I'm seeing people now like just styling on, just doing like more casual dressing now. I'm seeing people just they doing different hobbies. I'm gonna say that. There's no more shoes. They may pop one every now and then like they're doing, but nah, you gave up.
yeah. And some people, it's just not in certain people. Like, you know, like I'm always going to be like this. Like, I'm in my 40s and I'm still, neck deep in the shoe game. So I don't think that that's ever going to change. But it's just giving me the opportunity to be into more things. And I feel like the majority of the Jordans that I purchase now are just replacing the same shoe, but it broke down or it got crazy yellowed or something like that.
Yeah,
Those are
yeah.
like, if my playoff 12, if I had the 12 pair and not the '04 pair, I probably wouldn't have got a new pair.
Okay.
You know,
So
so
did you get them? You get
yeah,
the new pair?
I on sneakers, but I do feel like that. I feel like um, a lot of the Jordans that will be bought this year are really just replacements for old Jordans that either can't be worn or on the bubble.
Okay. Okay. I agree with that. I agree with that totally. Yeah, because like you said, like the old two Raptors I showed you, I got another pair of Raptors somewhere around here. I got another pair of Raptors in the house, and of course I got the hat to go with it. But like you said, it's just like, because I ain't like that O2 pair. It's nice, but I couldn't wear that nowhere. That thing been crumbled probably like another like 2 miles down the block. So
Yeah, like mine, it's only about this much, but they're starting to separate a little bit. And I didn't buy any of the newer pairs. And that shoe is a special shoe. Like, that was my sixth grade go back to school shoe in '92. So I have to have one of those around. And then, I'm sure you have. It's certain shoes that no matter how many times they come out, I love it so much I'm gonna just get it every time. It's only a few shoes like that, but it'd be those shoes too.
for sure. Like I said, playoff 12s, I had to get another pair of those. I ain't like Concord. I always have love for those. Like I said, I always have a love for those. Breads, I have a love for those. So, like you said, it's always gonna be hell. Even if Cool Gray come back out again, I'm getting up here Cool Grays. It's certain shoes that I know you say you over 11s and stuff like that, but to
Mm.
me, I have a love for a lot of shoes, man. So it's just
Yeah.
certain joints I'm gonna get over again, but it's just certain ones I'll be like, it was nice, but it's this time let it go.
Yeah, like any OG 1 through 8. I ain't gonna say any, but most, like Black Infrared 6, Black and Red 4, the Silver Tongue Fire Red 5,
Okay, yeah.
the Aqua 8, the Bordeaux 7, the Black and Red 7. Certain ones, it's like, yeah, I just got to get it. Now, the Carmine didn't make the list for me. I didn't have to have a newer pair. My pair from 2014 is still icy because my pair from '08, the Countdown Pack one, was the one that I would wear.
Okay, because the last Carmine I had, I sold it quick because when I heard it was coming back out, and I said it had Nike on the back, I sold it so quick because I was just like, I said, nah, I have a feeling I'm not gonna keep that pair. And the pair, I only wore it once, so I said I know I can get some money off of it. The dude gave me like, he gave me like 270 for it. Of course, he flipped it for like $350, but I mean, it is weird. I did get something off of it, so
Yeah, yeah, because that was back when, shoot, that was 2014. I mean, Jordans were only 170 back then. So,
yeah.
yeah, good time.
Like I'm looking at this box right here, like the one I showed you, the '04 Raptors. I'm looking at the box tag right here, 124.
Yeah,
You gotta realize now, George now a 210 retail.
yeah, that's
Or
crazy.
yes,
Crazy, because I was looking at my '04 pair. I was working for Foot Action at the time, and I'm like, man, I paid $102 for these joints. Like $102.
yes,
Oh
yes.
man, times have changed. Oh man. Look, man, I really, really appreciate you being on the show. You are a legend in this game. I
Appreciate
appreciate you
it, bro.
taking the time out to talk with me.
You're a legend in this game too, man. Like I said, man, you got a lot of heat over there, man. I ain't gonna try to hold you on. I know you got things you gotta do, but
That's cool.
I was laughing a lot the other day, man, when Beyonce said we had no more room. We had no room. You said, man, we got the garage over here. We got space. I said, that's a sneaker here, man.
That's hard, man, because it's always going to be something coming out. It's like, damn, man, I can do this and that with that. Or I had that before. I mean, it's always going to be shoes. Like, it's hard.
Mhm.
It's hard. And, for me, I think one thing I'm going to do this year, I'm going towards, people are going to look at me crazy when I say this, but my focus this year, last year was Chucks. This year is going to be Air Force Ones, but women's colors. If I can find women's 12s and 13s, I'm in there.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
Nike ID. That's I think where I'm at, because the way this is going, I have to get creative.
You do. And plus, because I'm gonna say this, like, I'll be honest with you, and I don't want to say it like this. I thought, because to be honest with you, I thought when the hype died, I'll be honest with you, when Virgil died, I thought a lot of hype would kind of go with it, which some of it has, because I know some of it has gone with when he passed away. But for certain shoes, the hype is still there. The hype is there. Like you say a matter of fact, like Rebellion Air, prime example. Before everybody knew that it was gonna be, I ain't lie to you. Before I knew it was gonna be the amount of pairs it was, the minute they said on Sneakers Live it was gonna be no more pairs on sneakers, when I went on StockX, good God, I saw 524 sold in like 20 minutes. Then I went up again. It said 900 sold in like 50. I said, man, it goes to show me how air we in, man. These people panic. They panic. They thought the world was coming to an end when they said we're going to be on sneakers.
Yeah, and they made it seem like initially only those few stores that was gonna get them was the only places that was gonna be able to get them.
Mm-hmm. But again, they did their job well. They drew the hype.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's something that Nike is their masters at. I mean, it's even dripped over to the Converse world, because Nike owns Converse, so there's certain things we have to do now differently because we become more Nike-like over the past 6 months. Just
Yeah.
doing certain things, holding
It's,
certain
it's,
things back.
yeah, it's one particular one that I cannot catch from. I don't care which what he put out. I cannot catch a Tyler Creator for save my life. I tried to catch the recent one with the flames. It was like a beige with the flames.
Yeah,
Man, I was on that thing, man. I was on that 10 o'clock. I mean, that thing kept spinning and spinning and spinning. I said, are you serious? So I tried it again, it was spinning.
I took
So
it.
I back on it. When I say sold out, that thing them trucks sold out in 10 minutes. And I really, really wanted those.
Yeah, because they
I
look up.
the boutique shop down in Georgetown. I went to the boutique shop in Georgetown. He said, man, they sold out quick. He told me, he said they sold out quick. So he really has a fan base. I really see that.
Yeah, and I mean, just Converse in general, like it's on a whole other thing, because you got these kids. I mean, when I look at the sales reports, it's just crazy how much Converse has come up. Like, people be trying to resell them now, so it's just different. It's a different world.
It's all about. I'm gonna say this. It's all about the capital game. And don't get me wrong. It's for a lovely game, but majority of it, I hate to say it, it's for that dollar bill, man. So the thing is, man, we gotta stay true to who we are and just work through it, man. I mean, sad thing is, like, despite the fact that it's a monetary gain for sneakers now, I still make it work.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like we, us older guys, you know what I'm saying? We've had to make it work, you know. But and shout out to you, you know, Dre. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all seem to be going off. Talk about y'all little kids and diapers and everything in the chat. Y'all hilarious. But, again, this was episode 74, Shorty Sneaker Conversations. Thank you again, Mr. Buck, for being a part of it.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, man. It's like again, I feel honored, man. 'Cause like I said, sometimes I mean, it's like you know, I've been doing this for a while. Sometimes you feel overlooked, man. But you know, you recognize, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I have a little heat in the collection, so I appreciate that, bro.
Hey, no little heat. You got heat. You and CJ, I'll be looking like, man, came back. I had to, you know what I'm saying? I had to step up. Wear these chucks every day, man. Shit. So, but nah, man, thank you so much. I'll definitely be in touch with you. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We're gonna end it
Out
off.
there, man.
All right,
Peace,
man.
man.
Peace.
Salute.